Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be discussing what I thought of the latest and very good episode of Star Wars: The Bad Batch, which dropped today on Disney+. Before I get into all of that, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled review, so if you're not caught up on Star Wars: The Bad Batch by today's episode, episode 9, you do not want to keep watching or listening, as I will be discussing spoilers, plot details, character stuff, all that jazz. That being said, you have been warned. Let's jump right back into it. First and foremost, I really like the Western vibe this episode had. They land on a desolate, rocky planet with apparently a mine that their employer Sid has recently purchased, although the mine seems depleted and the material they're looking for is not around. And of course, it's highly combustible and extremely dangerous in its raw form. And so to add to that, you've got the nasty weather elements. And then we also saw for the first time, or at least to my memory, it feels like the first time we saw some real internal strife going on within the team. Echo recently departed the gang, not dead or nothing, but willingly left to help Rex with his underground movement, trying to get clones to safety. So that just leaves the other Bad Batch members. Omega's obviously having a hard time with that because, this is the only real family she's ever known, and she doesn't like that a member of that family has left. And Hunter and Wrecker seem a lot more aware of it than Tech does, because Tech means well, but he can come off a bit uncaring, but that's mostly because of his him being a high intellect. And it was really nice that we got some pretty emotional one-on-one scenes between Omega and Tech, talking about the things they've been through, how they both feel about it, losing Crosshair, losing Echo, and what it means for their future, and how frustrating it is they've lost their ship. While Tech's been all very practical and matter-of-fact about it, Omega has been a lot more, her reaction to all this has been a lot more human or understandable, like one of frustration and sadness. And I like how Tech finally got some perspective from not only her, but Hunter and Wrecker even said to him, pointed out, hey, that's not all you got to fix. You got to go fix what you said to Omega. Because he didn't really say anything to hurt her feelings, but he wasn't exactly the most empathetic in what he said and how he said it too. So I'm glad that we got these one-on-one scenes between Tech and Omega, and I think it's only brought them closer, which is really sweet. And then there's some pretty exciting, perilous moments throughout this, like avoiding the stampeding animals, falling into the darkness, into a underground river, and then taking them, through the cavern, which ultimately led to their salvation. Well, led to them being outside, and then they find the abandoned spaceport. And they still didn't divulge the identity of the person who stole their ship, which makes me think they didn't go too far. Maybe they're at that abandoned spaceport. Who knows? But the episode did end in an unusual cliffhanger way, which it normally doesn't, at least not for this show, I believe. With them still trapped on this desolate planet, but this time they contacted Sid, who hopefully will be able to send them a ship or something to get them out of there, even though it sounds like she's rather stuck herself for whatever reason. But this was a very, very good episode. You know what? This felt like an episode that wasn't a filler. You could try to make an argument that it was filler, and it very well could be. But it was a very well done filler if it was, because it had some great emotional scenes between the characters. It had some pretty exciting moments as well to balance it out. It was a very, very good episode. At least I thought it was. What did you guys think of this episode of The Bad Batch? Did you like it? Did you love it? Were you expecting more, expecting less? Let me know what you think down below in the comments section. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Star Wars: The Bad Batch drops new episodes every Wednesday on Disney+. Have a great rest of your night, everyone. Thanks for watching. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.